talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. They don't know basketball, but they will make dumb ass jokes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Don't Lie with Sam and Stav. We are here. What is it? It's Tuesday when you're hearing this. We're recording this on Monday, the night before. Fucking July 21st. By tomorrow, you're listening to this on Tuesday. Tomorrow, scrimmages, baby. The NBA's fucking coming back. That's right. We got some fucking scrimmages set up. So the bubble preseason is upon us. I can't wait. No one exactly has said, there hasn't been anything yet about what's getting televised, except for the Lakers have said they're televising all their games on their local, with a Spectrum Sportsnet.
Yeah.
And Orlando.
I want to see in the locker room. I want to see the Lakers in the locker room. Just LeBron, hey Dwight, could you not fuck this up for all of us and wear a mask, just for a little while?
Didn't somebody in Dwight's family didn't his kid's mom die was it from COVID or just from generally died?
I would hope it wasn't from COVID. I think she just died.
Oh, okay. But so Dwight was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about it. And I was over there not wearing a mask, huh?
He doesn't believe in vaccines, he said. And here's the thing, it's someone on his someone on his Instagram live said, hey, do you believe in vaccines? He said, me personally, I don't, which I like that. I like that answer. It's me personally. And it's look, that's fine if you don't, but maybe just go to the fucking CDC for mask wearing. I know he's we're in a bubble. No one's coming out. And I was why don't you ask your teammate, J.R. Smith, about his Instagram on who's coming in and out? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what
Did J.R.
Montrez
sneak
did.
someone in already?
No, but he is one of my primary suspects.
Yeah. Let's monitor JR. They got to have
the
JR's
Lakers have a lot
DMs.
of the Lakers have a lot of issues right now.
Absolutely. Oh, for sure. I think that the league needs to be monitoring JR's DMs like the fucking Bush administration did all of our fucking communications. They need to be the NSA circa 2000 fucking 6, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, was that? Yeah, 2006. Damn, I'm fucking stupid.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a while. It's been even. But anyway, yeah, they need to be in JR's DMs like just a peaceful mob, like the Bush administration treats an imam in the year 2002. They need to be monitoring him like he's he's trying to put together a food drive at a mosque.
Who is this Mahmoud Abdul Rauf? He's a fucking basketball player. Come on, guys. Man. Dwight Howard wife. I'm looking it up right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it was his wife. I think
it was
his kid's mom.
Yeah. Oh, right. She had an epileptic seizure in March 27. Here's the thing, though, dude. Some of these are tied to COVID. I don't want to be that dude.
I love it. I love it because you're going so far the other way that everything you're a pro-COVID conspiracy theorist. Where you're it's actually
no. I'm just COVID. A hypochondriac. So I'm actually scared of
Yeah, you're right. There's QAnon people on one end, and then there's Jews on the other end.
I'm a Pizzagate person, personally.
Pizzagate, they were right. That's the thing. The Pizzagate people were right.
Here's how good pizza is. I hear Pizzagate and I still want pizza. Yeah. That's how fucking good it is.
Look, they're doing some unsavory stuff down in that basement, but as far as I know, the kitchen is pedophilia free, and the pepperonis have only been touched by adult hands, and that's good enough for me.
I want some broccolini on that motherfucker. I like veggies on my pizza, dude. What's your go-to toppings for pizza?
You know what I love, and I don't even know why, is I like pepperoni mushroom. That's my favorite combo.
That's a good combo.
I think really what it is, I think it's burned into my brain from being a kid. Think about the pizzas in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They always had pepperoni mushroom because it's such an identifiable shape. And I'm going to be honest with you, Sam, I don't even enjoy it that much. It's not even I think it's burned into my head.
Yeah, dude.
I think my absolute favorite on some wild shit. Here's my favorite combo that not a lot of places can do because they're always missing one or the other. It's bacon, pineapple, and jalapeno.
That's a great order.
I'm in there big time, but you know what? A lot of places don't. They either have pickled jalapenos, and I don't want that shit. I need it fresh.
No,
or you can't. A lot of places in New York only let you get Hawaiian a certain way. They don't let you like fuck around and mix up the.
What are they doing?
Dude, don't get me fucking started. I
actually don't mind. I don't mind a pepperoni pineapple. I think those are kind of fun.
Love a pepperoni pineapple, but I think bacon is the perfect middle ground between what pepperoni brings and what's good about ham in a pineapple pizza. You got the crisp saltiness, but ultimately the ham flavor that's not spiced up, and then you let the jalapeno do the spiciness. Mother Nature, you let her take care of it. You let the pigs come through with the fat. You let Mother Nature come through with the spice and the fucking sweetness.
This is I like bacon on a pizza because it doesn't belong there. It's like a finger in the butt where you're like, this shouldn't 100%. Work, but it works. Yeah, you know what I mean? Dude. I'm a fan.
Absolutely.
I think bacon is good. I love a little.
I'm trying to get pegged by bacon, dude. Not only a finger in the butt. You get a fucking full size dildo. Let some fucking pizza man come through and peg me with it. Some hot Italian pizza lady can go ahead and rest her titties on my back while she puts a bacon dildo straight up my poop chute, as far as I'm concerned.
Poop chute is the worst word for butt. It's not even close. We're talking like worst butt words. It's poop chute. Come on. Yeah, dude. I love some veggies on there. I love some spinach and onions on a pizza, man.
Yeah, what's your go-to?
Depends where I am, man. If I'm doing like Domino's, I love throwing some black olives on there, man. I like some veggies. I love some. I mean, I love some pepperoni too. But if I'm at like a great pizza place, if I'm going to like, you know, say I'm in Connecticut, I'm at, you know, Frank Pepe's. I'm gonna I'm gonna keep it simple because I don't want to fuck with how good that pizza is.
I agree with you there.
I don't want to mess with the texture. I'm not gonna be throwing shrimp on that motherfucker. I'm gonna have spinach. Extra garlic. I always like to go extra garlic.
Okay.
Fighting off the illness, hypochondria, and it tastes delicious.
Yes.
I'll do extra cheese, man. I fucking love cheese.
See,
I love a margarita pie. I love some fucking mozzarella.
I like a margarita pie. That's great. I can't go with you with spinach only because it gets too watery. Like you talk about fucking up the consistency. I don't actually mind spinach in theory, but because of how watery it gets, I just can't do it.
We did a clam pie out here and I fucked up. Like it was one of those where like, you know, Taylor and I are going to order in pizza. She's lactose intolerant. So it's a big deal for her to do this. She was like taking her lactate pill and she still gets a stomach ache, but she's like, all right, let's just do it.
Yeah.
And she hasn't had cheese in a while. So she was like freaking the fuck out. She's like, oh my God, like I'm going to have cheese. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
And I ordered 2 pies and I was like, let's live a little. Let's get a clam pie. And she like wouldn't talk to me. She was like, this is so bad. This is so fucking bad. And she like played it off like she wasn't mad, but I was like, I fucked up. You can be mad.
Yeah, clam pie is not the thing you want to on a shaky lactose stomach. Clams and cheese is not what you want.
I fucked up.
But you know what? For me, a veteran whose stomach has been through multiple wars, love a clam pie. And you know what? I'm with you. I'm not gonna go with shrimp as a go-to, but in the same vein as like a white clam pie, I'll do a white shrimp pie as well every once in a while.
Throw some pesto on there too. Get a pesto shrimp. Yeah, dude, I actually beat lactose intolerance. I used to be very lactose intolerant, and I overcame it by just pummeling my stomach with cheese. And I remember one of the worst experiences I ever had.
Can you really do that?
I feel like it is. I don't know if it's backed up by science, but I think I did it.
So listen, if you're out there and you're struggling with lactose, eat a lot of fucking. Sam Morrell says eat as much cheese as you can.
Do a milkshake and mott sticks and just fucking embrace the pain. It hurt. Right. I remember I would be screaming, but I remember one time I think I was in like 8th grade. I was in Times Square in the it was the Ewok Theater on 42nd Street. Mm-hmm. I have the worst diarrhea of my life. I'm missing some movie. It might have been like Gangs in New York or something. I don't know the time check exactly, but yeah. I am in pain, and I remember just liquid. I'm sorry to get graphic here.
No,
just liquid coming out of my ass, and I hear a dad say to his kid, "That boy's got the shits." I was in pain. I still was like, he got me. That's pretty funny, you know?
You know what, Sam? That's good because one of your biggest public embarrassments is probably a huge bonding moment for that family. So
I
it's good
know.
for you, man. You bonded though. That might have been his first time with his son in a while. His visitation just got approved. Things were shaky. They didn't really have the vibes right, and then they made fun of you for shitting yourself in Times Square, and
He's
you
like, my dad
reunited
never
a
hugged me,
father-son.
but he
Yeah,
never hugged me, but he did. We did have that
yeah.
moment at the Ewok, and we'll always have that,
And from then on, they went from synagogue to synagogue, dropping off mozzarella sticks and free coupons to the movies. And that's their tradition. It's just following, going to the movies with the lactose intolerant. But yeah, that's great. Love the little pizza and diarrhea uh,
It's
tangent we got up on here. But
look, man, it can go anywhere
that's
on Pod Don't Lie.
Pod don't lie. We have no restrictions, baby. We get fucking wild out here. Anyway, so we are actually close to these games happening. I hope they televise something, and Thursday hopefully we'll have watched something by the time, some scrimmages by the time the bonus comes out, so we can report on who looks, good, whatever. But what I'm really interested in for these fucking scrimmages, I hope they televise them because we just want to know who's fucking playing. Because that's the thing.
Right.
That's a weird thing. We've seen, and by the way, you got guys, go follow NBA Bubble Life. Incredible stuff. Like, we've seen all the fun Instagrams. We've seen, people going live. We've seen the chugging contest, which there have been some developments. I don't know if you saw, but Jordan Clarkson shotgunned the fucking tall boy. And he was like, y'all shotgunning baby beers. And it was like a challenge. And he just fucking, I got to be honest, he did a much better job, but shotgunning that. Jordan Clarkson doesn't feel like a shotgunner to me, but I guess he's like a
especially
pretty boy.
now that he's on Utah. I forgot he was on, because I was like, wait, why is Jordan Clarkson? I just pictured him on like a Cavs team that's doing nothing. I was like, oh shit, he's like off the bench, kind of like a nice player.
And he was good. He was a good pickup, and he works really well for them. But Clarkson and Royce O'Neal shotgunned tall boys, and they called them out. And Royce O'Neal, by the way, fucked it. It was kind of embarrassing. It took him forever. He had to comment under the tweet like, haha, I couldn't get mine open. Ha 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 ha. And it's like, oof. When you're explaining yourself, that's in the comments. That's, you didn't let your shotgunning do your talking for you, Royce. But
that's not gonna fly in the playoffs, dude. You got to get your shit together.
But then Myers Leonard was like, he took the challenge head on, and they actually had a shotgun off in person, and Myers Leonard smoked him. I mean, big, goofy, fratty looking white guy who's also sort of religious. That's the best shotgunners there are, other than country people. And you know what? I have to make a retraction. We aren't like, when we were like, it seems like mostly white guys are shotgunning. That's not fair. There's plenty of country black people that shotgun, and there's also, these guys also were like athletes at huge colleges. So definitely they shot a ton of NBA players shotgun. But so Jordan Clarkson tried to get the representation going, but fundamentally, I don't think anyone's going to beat Myers Leonard in the shotgun war.
He's Frank the Tank of the NBA, man.
He really is.
He's got that Will Ferrell goofiness,
and he's got like a fucking huge. That man's got like a pelican's throat, like like I could see that guy swallowing a fucking tall boy whole and just like burping up the can that he's crushed, and it's completely empty.
It's Toucan Sam.
He really has
that shit.
He does have that vibe.
And, I mean, the Heat seem crazy but kind of fun because you got Myers, and then you got Jimmy, who snitch patrol got snitched on for dribbling a ball too late. It's like, what do you think you are? But you know that's where you are.
Yeah. But imagine how pissed you must be. You're like, wait, whose room am I under? God damn it! I have to be under Jimmy's. Why can't I be under fucking JR's? Why can't I just listen to him just jacking off to his homemade porn collection? That would be way better than Jimmy
we are speculating.
Doing deadlifts.
We speculate on J.R. Smith more than any podcast out there. We go to town on it.
Yeah, well, I think he deserves. His behavior has deserved it over the years. But
I was watching old clips of him because it'll come up because that's all Instagram is now. Is like old basketball clips, old J.R. Knicks clips. I mean, dude, he was nice for us. He was 6th man of the year, 19 a game. Some of those dunks, those dunks are fucking. He has one dunk on the Spurs when he played for Denver, where he just runs full court, 2 hands off the wrong foot, and you're like, this dude could just jump.
No, he was unbelievable for sure. His athleticism. But The point, but I got sidetracked a little bit. The point I was trying to make is we've seen all this fun shit, all the chugging. There's Jimmy. We've heard about Jimmy Butler, but and when we'll talk about more of the fun stuff of the bubble, obviously later on the show. But the reason I'm interested in the scrimmages, other than it means we're finally getting close to basketball, is also because because of the NBA has taken advantage of like Corona and like not wanting to disclose things because of Corona, and we just don't know a lot of players some players haven't reported. Like we see the people that are here, but like apparently the Denver Nuggets, like half the fucking team isn't there. Like we know Jokic isn't there, but they're missing Gary Harris, Michael Porter Jr., and Torrey Craig, according to Chris Haynes from Yahoo, and they just don't have any of their guards. I think also like even their backup point guards aren't there, like Morris and I forget the other guy's name, but yeah, they're like thin in a weird way, and I wonder if they're like, is that team going to have enough players? I mean, there's a lot of that going on. Eric Bledsoe has COVID. Pat Connaughton, so that hurts. That hurts my boys, but it hurts the Bucks. But
they got time though. I mean, that's the thing. It's almost better to get it over with. Like Michael Beasley had it, who just signed with the Nets.
Well, that's the thing. Beasley's probably not even going to get to play. And there were 2 cases in the bubble, and I think one of them was Beasley. And I don't know who the other person is. But yeah, there's just a lot up. And we're talking about the Heat. There was a report that there was 3 unidentified Heat players that had it, and Bam's not there yet. Kendrick Nunn's not there yet. So those 2
right. Kendrick Nunn that's a big one, and I mean Bam is their guy.
Bam is huge. So. I mean that's 2 starters. You know what I mean?
It's crazy that the champion so much is in the air this season before COVID because Golden State's out of the mix. The Lakers and the Clippers got stacked, and the Bucks really just got better. So there was a lot up in the air, and now with COVID, it's like holy shit, this could be the most up in the air season of our lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, totally. This fucking.
I mean, I guess it is.
The bubble shit. It's definitely. I mean, it has been. It's clearly. People are just like, I remember at the very beginning, people were just like, "This is gonna be an asterisk. This is weird." And it's like, yeah, but this whole fucking year is the weirdest year of all time. Like, of course, it would be weird if we had a perfect NBA season. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And
but it's gonna be next year too, dude. I mean, this is gonna leak into next year, so sure. It's gonna be weird to watch this shit in 15 years on ESPN and just be like, oh, you're like, oh shit, that was the COVID year.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be the COVID year, and I feel bad for some people. You feel bad for the people that are having like career years. I mean, maybe not. I mean, Giannis probably. They also just said, the NBA just said that the season is getting judged on all the games in March, like during the stop. So it's like these seeding games, they don't matter, which for awards voting, which on one hand I think makes sense. I think like they probably shouldn't. It's like it's kind of an anomaly. But on the other hand, it's like, well, if you're not going to count them, then like why the fuck are we having them? Why didn't we just do playoffs? If you're saying this doesn't count towards the regular season,
you got to play them back into shape a little bit. I think. What I'm worried about is I'm worried about
scrimmages. You could have had.
I'm not just worried about COVID here. I'm worried about people trying to play their way back into shape and just getting injured. Because that playoff intensity is different than regular season exhibition intensity. So some of these guys are going to just go down with possibly an Achilles tear or an ACL tear. Knock on wood, But that's possible here.
But that's what I mean about all the players we don't know that's why I wanted you going to be on the fucking roster when they're scrimmaging, because and I agree with the logic of like it's almost better to get it out of the way, but let's say you're recovering and you show up in a couple days, it's like the season theoretically, like I said, scrimmages start Wednesday, the season starts theoretically in 10 days from now, 9 days from when you guys are listening, on Thursday. So it's like that's not really enough time. And the biggest example of this is Zion, who seemed to be in great shape, seemed to not have any problems, seemed to have been like keeping up with his rehab, but he had a family emergency and he had to leave the bubble. And according to fucking NBA law, according to how this is set up, he would have to do a 10-day quarantine when he comes back. But that would mean that he would have, and guess who plays opening night? The fucking Pelicans. Guess why they did that? Because of fucking Zion. That would mean he'd have to go back to the bubble today and go through the fucking quarantine. And then it's like,
Yeah.
when you're quarantined, you can't practice. It's part of the fucking quarantine. So now they also went and said, like, well, if he gets tested every day and is negative every day, he only needs to do a 4-day quarantine, which is a little bit like, oh, for Zion, like Rashawn Holmes accidentally went to the wrong door in his hotel, and it's like 10 days in the fucking hotel room, Rashawn. We don't give a fuck.
It'd be great if it's just like it's like the hole in Shawshank, and you're just like, why in this fucking? Why are we just in the hole?
Yeah, it's basically like right now, it's the difference between like if the hottest girl of all time is like, why don't you come over and I'll just suck your dick, and you're like, have you been sick? She's like, I've had the sniffles. You're like, okay, like you're breaking quarantine for the hottest woman of all time. That's the 4-day quarantine for Zion. Whereas like Rashawn Holmes is like a very nice woman who is like, why don't we hold hands and like we should go for a socially distanced walk. And you're like, I think I'll pass. You know what I mean? Like that's essentially Zion. Zion's just out in the world, and obviously he's tending to. We don't know what his family,
Yeah, we hope he's okay. Obviously,
I'm probably a death in the family or an illness or something.
On a selfish level, I'm very annoyed that I can't watch him play.
Right.
Because he's fucking awesome, and
but it's even like let's say
awesome.
Let's say he gets back tomorrow, which he won't. But let's say he gets back tomorrow and does his 4-day quarantine. That leaves him 5 days to get back into shape. Like it leaves him 5 days to get. What do
you do? Do you just chill in your hotel room eating snacks?
The quarantine is you just have to be in the hotel. You in your room, not even in the hotel. You're in the fucking room, in your and I'm sure. And that's another like it's not a big room. I mean Zion is a fucking star, but I don't think you're gonna give a rookie like the LeBron or the Dame Lillard presidential suite or whatever.
By the way, the NBA editing out that Damian Lillard, because I guess they surprised him for his 30th birthday party.
Yes, that was very cute. CJ McCollum decorated. It was Dame's 30th birthday in the bubble. CJ decorated his room with like balloons. He also talked to the NBA and got lemon pepper wings for Dame, his favorite food, which is like really adorable, actually. Very, very thoughtful, very cute.
So present. It's weird that that's your favorite. They're definitely not even in my top like 3 wings.
I'm not a lemon pepper guy at all, for sure.
I would probably even go like Thai wings over lemon pepper, and I'm not even a big Thai wing guy.
I would probably go. In terms of novelty wings, I like when a place does like a Parmesan garlic type of situation.
Ooh, that's nice.
And then I also like a mango habanero or like a mango spicy.
Dude. Underrated.
Yes, brother. Those are great.
Love that
I put
sweet
those
and
way.
spicy.
I put those way over lemon pepper.
And barbecue are obviously ahead of it.
I'm not a huge barbecue.
Have you ever had
guy.
really good barbecue wings?
I don't mind them, but it's the same. It's the thing of like, I don't know. I'm not a big barbecue sauce guy in general.
Ooh.
I would honestly, I would put them in the same tier as lemon pepper. I would.
Oh,
I can
fuck
take
that shit,
I'm
dude.
sorry.
I'm
telling you what I believe.
This is blasphemy.
You sound
like a young. Fucking
I see the charm. I see the charm the same way I see the charm of barbecue. They're a situational wing to me. Definitely not my favorite.
Barbecue is an American sauce. It's a very.
Oh, now you're questioning.
This is blasphemy.
Now you're getting fucking jingoist.
Hell yeah, I am. I eat some lemon pepper. I don't give a fuck about. I eat some barbecue. I walk around without a mask. I buy a firearm. I start feeling nice. No, hot buffalo are definitely my number one.
The classics, of course.
The classic. It's a classic for a reason. It's like a Negroni or an old fashioned. You got it. The classic is a classic for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. And to me, here's my problem with barbecue, or the less so, I guess, the lemon pepper. I like a wing that lends itself to a sauce. I want to sauce it up. And that's why I think the hot is just the perfect, because you could just
ranch or blue cheese.
See, the ranch is so highly variable. I think the best ranch is the thing I would do, but blue cheese is consistent across every establishment.
20
so blue
give you like a 16 and 10 blue cheese.
Exactly.
David Lee. Yeah.
Totally dependable. Whereas ranch really is like JR if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's like just 360 windmill dunks hitting every 3, or like stoned as shit, trying to fuck the cheerleader in the middle of the game, missing, forgets what time it is, for how much time is left on the clock. Truly, there are some horrific ranches out there. Some thin bullshit ones, but then you get like a homemade buttermilk, and you're like, God damn,
right?
Sauce I've ever had in my life.
That's fair. I go blue cheese, but I hear you on the ranch. It's
high ceiling, low floor is ranch, whereas blue cheese is high floor, low ceiling. If you ask me.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, so yes, that was a very cute, what they did, and then what you were bringing up, Sam, is that so CJ posted the picture. And it said presidential suite. Dame clearly he had a hotel room with 2 doors. That's the shit that you're like, this is shit I've never dreamed of. I've had a suite in a hotel once, but it's not like there's like a shitty fold out couch. There's like barely like a thin little wall, a thin little door. I've never had the double doors. He's got like 4 rooms in there.
I'll tell you, dude, I did. Joe List, who was on our Patreon last week, it was a great episode.
Yeah, great episode.
Listen, I did it. We co-headlined a horrible string of casinos in like 2011 or something. Mm-hmm. And I remember we're at the Milwaukee Athletic Club. That's where they put us up. Fucking amazing hotel.
Oh, really?
So,
nice.
Yeah, dude. So we're in this amazing hotel. It's got a basketball court and a steam room. So we're shooting hoops and taking steams.
That's awesome.
The gigs were so bad that
trash,
you'd be like, you deserve this. Obviously,
yes,
this is humiliating. Yes. But anyway, Joe does that joke where he calls me and he's like, "Does your room have a giant hot tub?" And I'm like, "Very funny, Joe. Like, haha, yeah. Like, no one's ever pulled this fucking joke on me." And he's like, "No, I'm serious. Come to my room. I'm in a regular room. By chance, he is in the presidential suite. I walk in." It's the most insane room I've ever seen in my life.
That's fucking hilarious.
Giant hot tub. It's the double doors. It's insane.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So Dame is clearly clear. So the NBA edited out the fact that it wrote, because it said presidential suite. So the NBA is clearly, they're clearly sensitive about preferential treatment for star players.
Yeah.
Dame is getting of course. On each team, like there's a guy who's getting it, and all-stars, first team All-NBA. I don't know if Dame's ever gotten first team, but he's gotten second team.
He's right there. He's right there every year. He's he's elite. He might get it this year. There's a chance.
Yeah, he probably will actually. Now that
no Steph Curry.
Luka, Harden.
He probably
Luka and Harden are the guards. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got LeBron on there. Probably Kawhi and AD. That's probably how it goes, right?
If AD is a center. If you count him as a center. I don't know.
I think you do. They can do 3 forwards now. It's like all positions.
No, they don't.
Oh, shit.
They don't.
Giannis. I forgot Giannis. Shit.
Well, Giannis is definitely, yeah. Giannis, LeBron, and then a center.
So Kawhi is on team 2. That's wild. I
think so, yeah. I would think
that's
so.
crazy.
Crazy that Kawhi and Dame, all the years they're having, are on second team All-NBA. Wild. Although, yeah, I'm almost positive Luka's first team. I'd have to double check because Dame had a crazy fucking year statistically, but I'm pretty sure
the team's not good enough, and that's going to hurt. But that's another thing. Like, they're going to get eliminated quickly. So who gets put in that
Dame's presidential suite? No, you're right.
We'll see.
Because the other thing, because I saw Giannis Thanasis Antetokounmpo, his older brother, who's on the Bucks. Not to be confused with Costa, who's on the Lakers, but Thanasi. It was his birthday, and Giannis. Yes, ex-Nick. Giannis decorated his room. And you better believe that was a single door. You better believe it was not. It was in the middle of a hallway. It was the other 2 doors for the other rooms were very close to his door. Very different from Dame's situation. Although Giannis got him a really cute cake, which maybe not his favorite food, but it was very nice cake. Who else? Oh, Steven Adams also had a birthday in the bubble. Listen, how old do you think Steven Adams is?
27.
You nailed it. He's 27.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because people think he's older, but he came in real young.
Came in super young. But still, it's crazy he's 27. It's like I'm 4 years older than that guy.
He's an old 27, though, with just the style of play.
Okay, how old do you think Bam Adebayo is? It was just his birthday, too.
22 or 23?
23, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you look at these guys, and you're like, what the fuck?
Well, Steven Adams, though,
years old?
he's like a Joakim Noah 27, where you're like, that dude has mileage. The way you play, you can't be setting picks all day and just he's a drainer. He just drains you on. And that takes a toll.
Absolutely. But if anyone's going to stick it, I don't know. I have faith in Steven Adams being around for a fucking long ass time. I don't. Maybe it's that like weird New Zealand shit he's got going on. The fact that his family, his dad was like some giant that just fucked a bunch of women and had a bunch of illegitimate children. There's something.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got like 11 or like he's got some crazy amount of siblings and they're all huge and they're all athletes. And the dad is just some drunk guy that's wandering New Zealand, just spreading his seed, a sexual Johnny Appleseed.
It's like playing the lotto, man. You have one that hits it big. You're like, I guess.
Anyway, fuck. What were we talking about before that? I forgot.
Steven Adams' birthdays.
But we got into the Dame shit. That was a tangent.
Just how the NBA is clearly has favoritism, and they don't want us to know that. They want us to think that it's like JetBlue, egalitarian sky. I know they have JetBlue name, but it's like they really try to pride themselves on being like you all get treated really well here, and like
it's like I wonder what like LeBron must have like a cat, like literally a Disney castle. Like I can't even.
But then how about AD? Because it's like I wonder how many they give per team. I wonder how it works.
Dude, that's the thing. That is what's nice about this. It's like it kind of does force NBA players to be like, no, there's a hierarchy here, and it's like LeBron. I know it's like LeBron and 8, but it's like LeBron is just year 17, dude, the washed king. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking. It's damn. That's insane, dude. Next year, LeBron will have been in the NBA. For as long as he was alive before he was in the NBA. Isn't that insane? If he plays if he plays 19 seasons, he will have played longer. That's fucking wild to think about.
I think he will. I mean, if he just
I think he will too.
It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, there is a hierarchy. I kind of hope they put Chris Paul in like a shitty ass room just so he has a bigger chip on his shoulder when he plays. Because, dude, Chris Paul is one of the narcs who ratted out Dwight Howard, apparently.
Is that real? Is that so?
That's the word in the street. That's my new segment. The word
on the street. Every meme you see is obviously about Chris Paul snitching, just because that's his personality. But the fact that he actually did is fucking hysterical.
I'm trying to find if it's true. I hope it's true. That's how he would eliminate the competition. I guess there's no news to back this up. I guess I was just speculating. This has been word on the street. I'm Sam Morrell.
With Sam. Immediately redacting how this segment started.
Dude, I do love. I mean, I just want to see the Thunder make some noise in the West. I think that would be so fun.
Well, the Thunder are like, I think they're. I mean. From what I've seen, there's no like certain teams are just gonna have an advantage because of not being decimated by fucking COVID. Like I haven't read we talked about the Nuggets already. The Clippers actually are in kind of a bad position too because they have Trez just had to leave the bubble. He was fine. He seemed healthy. There was nothing wrong.
Trez was one of your, speaking of speculation, prime suspects in the
suspects of the DM gate. And he posted like a picture of him that was like, don't worry, mama, your grandson will be there soon. And then he posted another one of like, I can't stop crying. I'm not built for this. So the conspiracy theorist take here is that, well, why are you posting so much? It's some guy who's lying to go fuck that girl from Twitter.
Wow.
No, I'm not accusing him of that when his grandmother's dying. That's a next level of scumbaggery. But it's a lot of posting. Maybe I would have just gone black myself. Would have gone dark. Wouldn't post it that much. But no, Trez obviously is going through an actual family.
He's at an Instagram model's house, just like looking for pictures of his grandma. Like, and another.
Yeah. Like, do you remember Mia Farrow when she tweeted out a picture and she did a screenshot and it said Mia Farrow's black daughter? Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
So one of the funniest things of all time, she was like doing a post about how much she loves her kids, and the picture she chose of her daughter, it was Google. You could see she hadn't cropped out the Google, and it said Mia Farrow's black daughter.
Wow.
So damn. Montrez posts a picture. It's like Montrez Harrell grandma, or just, you know what I mean, like, or just like he goes on Google Images and it's like Montrez Harrell with old black woman. And he just posts that on his story, and he's like, "Damn, big loss." But Trez has a
He's
family.
fucking he's Marco Rubio. It's just some random. It's like, I miss you so much, Grandma. Like, that's Elijah Craig. That's not your grandma.
No, so obviously Trez has a family.
Yeah.
He's got a family emergency, so he's gone. And the same thing we were talking about with Zion, it's either 10 days quarantine or 4 days if you take a test in whatever weird market.
Well,
he'll
do that. He'll do that.
Who knows? I mean, Zion's from South Carolina. Where do you think they have labs? Like, who knows where Trez is, where his family is, where his grandmother, you know what I mean? Like,
don't they have enough money to private jet Zion over there and just test him before? I mean, I don't know.
Zion, but are they going to do that to Trez? I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
I don't know. If I'm the Clippers, if I'm their owner, I pony up some money. Right. I'm Steve Ballmer.
You're right. Steve Ballmer's going to build a fucking hospital wherever Montrez is to have a testing center. But it's particularly bad for the Clippers because, we think about them as one of the deepest teams in the league. Three players haven't come in yet, and that's your boy Marcus Morris, Landry Shamet, and Zubac. And so Shamet has said he has corona. So, or actually he's not corona, but I think he had to come from France. So he was quarantined in LA. So he's got to go to Orlando and then get quarantined there. And Mook and Zubac haven't said anything, so they probably have corona. I mean, something weird is going on with them.
Speedy recovery to Mook. We love you, Mook.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been, nothing's been said. So if Morris is out and Zubac are out, and then you have Trez dealing with a family emergency, who the fuck is playing center for them? Noah? You know what I mean? JaMychal Green?
I love
Noah. It's JaMychal Green and Noah are their fucking big men. That's crazy.
I'm pumped, dude. A lot of guys who have been out of the league. We got Crawford back. We got Noah back. We got Beasley. We got JR. Yeah. I'm loving it.
And the Clippers keep canceling practices. So it's like, I mean, Doc Rivers isn't really a big practice coach anyway, but it's like, I think it's because they're missing half their fucking roster like everybody else.
Man. How is Doc Rivers always losing his voice if he's not screaming that much during practice? How is that possible?
I don't know. What if now that he's dating that like young woman, his vocal cords are just like rejuvenated? They're just coated with young pussy juice. he just comes out singing like a beautiful alto soprano. Oh, yeah.
Fellas. Man, this guy's calm. He's a calm guy.
Yeah, his hairline fills in. His weird little dotted hair fills in. So yeah,
we just lost our one female listener when you said the words pussy juice. Like, I'm gonna try a different podcast.
You didn't think getting pegged by an Italian woman with big titties with a bacon dildo would have done it?
I think that was a good taste. I think that was
right off the rip, by the way. I like the idea that this is the episode somebody's like, trust me, it's a great basketball podcast. The first 10 minutes are us talking about shitting ourselves, eating pizza, and getting fucked in the ass by an Italian woman.
Some kids like, Mom, Dad, just play it in the car. It'll be fun for our family vacation. And the mom's like, oh, all right.
Okay, well, we do love basketball. Anyway, so the Clippers are kind of fucked. I actually, you know who else is really fucked? Is like cursed almost. Is my beautiful Sacramento Kings. The major injuries that have come out of, it's Rondo obviously is a big injury, breaks his hand, but Kings.
That's Lakers. That's not Kings.
No, but I mean like out of all the injuries, two of them, De'Aaron Fox sprained his ankle, and I'm not sure if it's the same ankle he sprained in the past. I mean, he had a serious ankle. His left ankle, he had serious sprains that he missed a lot of time in the past. And then on Sunday, Marvin Bagley got injured in practice, and he's having a fucking MRI. So
wow, damn.
We don't know the results of that.
Injuries, though. These guys are out of shape, you know.
Yeah. And so, I mean, they don't have Fox, they don't have Bagley, and then they're another team that got fucked by Corona. Buddy Hield, Jabari Parker, who had it and went and played fucking tennis. Alex Len and Harrison Barnes all had Corona. And then we talked about it. Rashawn Holmes has been on fucking quarantine because he went and got lemon pepper wings without telling the league. So the Kings are fucking.
This is from Harry, our producer here, just sent us some fresh off the press news from shams. Let's sources. Zero NBA players tested positive for coronavirus out of 346 tested at Orlando campus since last results were announced July 13th. That's huge.
That's huge. That is great. That's good. So I guess they
That
only
makes
had
me
those.
think this could work.
It could work. Well, here's the other thing though. So definitely they've done a good job of sealing initially the bubble, but now they've also started like ordering food from places, and you know, there's just like a lot of there's just a lot now. I just feel like the longer it goes, the more people might slip up. I mean, in terms of, so they've started ordering food from places, and by the way, it's hilarious. They've partnered, like the NBA has like an app that you can do shit through, and basically all the restaurants are owned by Tillman Fertitta's bitch ass, because he owns like Morton's, he owns. Listen to these fucking restaurants he owns. He owns Morton Steakhouse. He owns the Rainforest Cafe. He owns Bubba Gump Shrimp, McCormick and Schmick's, which hurts because I thought that was Maryland. Saltgrass Steakhouse, Claim Jumper, Chart House, the Oceanaire, some shit like that, and then Del Frisco's. And
Nice.
that's all. That's what the NBA players. Initially, that's where they can deliver from, because it's like, you know, it's vetted by the NBA, but ultimately it's kind of fucking weird that, and by the way, the NBA players have to pay for this stuff out of pocket. It's not like from, you know, it's not in the budget or anything. It's not like the hotel.
I think most of them can afford takeout from Postmates.
I know what you mean, but it's also like, so the players have to fucking use their own money to buy food from one of the fucking biggest prick Trump supporting owners in the middle of like a COVID denialism and the Black Lives Matter movement. Fucking Tillman Fertitta's Republican ass who wouldn't pay luxury tax for the Rockets. He's the guy who gets their money. Like, in a weird way, I know what you mean, they can afford it, but why the fuck should Tillman Fertitta get it?
So they can't do Postmates.
No. Although I just saw right before we started recording that Chris Haynes says, again, from Yahoo Sports, great. He's in the bubble right now, and he's just a great NBA reporter in general. They're going to partner. They're working now to partner with local minority-owned restaurants to get them like to up to speed to whatever like safety protocol. So at least that's good. I get, my guess is players were like, fuck Tillman Fertitta. Like, they're like, why the fuck do we have to buy his shit? So that's good at least. But the other
except for Gordon Hayward, who's like, that's my guy. I only eat Morton Steakhouse.
But I guess what I'm worried about is like, that is huge. And shouts out to Hard Dick Harry shouts out to HDH for the little
HDH
for the news bulletin there. But I guess my worry is that, like, you know, just delivering food, you have like, you know, staff. There's just the more variables for ways for the virus to get in. It's just a little scary. I think it could definitely work, but the second it doesn't work, it'll spread, because I think these guys feel very comfortable in the bubble. I don't think, you know, I don't think they're necessarily social distancing, although they're getting tested every day. I don't know, but it's just, I'm a little worried about it, but it is good. This was critical. The fact, because like, you know, we talked about the MLS bubble last episode, and those motherfuckers could not go like a week without getting coronavirus in their bubble. Same thing with the women's sports, the women's soccer league. So it's definitely not a bad sign. It's actually pretty impressive. And the fact that they had 2 tests last time and 0 since then is huge.
Huge.
So,
and there's another, can I talk about another story going on in the NBA here that's pretty wild? The Ted Cruz, Mark Cuban beef.
Yes.
Oh, here's another thing. If you're in politics on any state level or whatever, shut the fuck up until you get our country in order. Like, what are you doing bitching about the NBA? Our country is in shambles, and you're tweeting about here's where it started.
Well, Texas needs that. I mean, they need these symbolic victories because they're fucking failing everyone. The government's failing everybody.
So anyway, Mark Davis tweets, "I'm so ready to be in this year's Mavericks home stretch. So much promise, so much personality. But the minute one player kneels during the anthem, I am out," in all caps. Surely Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban just writes back, "Bye," which I love.
Which was
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then And then Ted Cruz writes, really? With a bunch of question marks and exclamation points. NBA is telling everyone who stands for the flag, who honors our cops and our veterans to piss off. In Texas, no less. Good luck with that. First, that's not what he's saying, by the way.
Didn't say that at all. And also it's not in Texas, you dumb asshole. They're in Florida.
Yeah. But they're saying because these are Dallas Mavericks fans. But this is completely insane that they're just taking what Cuban said out of context. Cuban's just like, he doesn't want to be a part of this fucking politicized bullshit.
Yeah, and kneeling for the fucking 150,000th time, kneeling to protest police brutality is not unpatriotic. And freedom of fucking expression is one of the most patriotic parts of America. You stupid fucking idiot. Ted Cruz, you fought with your pussy neck. You look like that fucking blobfish. And Trump said your fucking wife was ugly. Where was all this?
Oh my God, I know.
He said your dad killed. You said your dad was part of the JFK assassination, and your woman was ugly.
And he was like, "It's gonna take me at least 2 months to get over this, and then I'll be a fucking lamprey." So anyway, yeah, this is crazy.
But then didn't Cuban tweet at him again?
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Have some balls for once, Ted Cruz. Speak to me. It's my tweet.
It's pretty awesome to hear him just because Cruz has to respond to that. You'd think, and to get to say "have some balls" is pretty fucking great.
Then he goes, Then Ted Cruz writes back again. Let's try simpler. Oh wait, this is fucking hilarious. God, Ted Cruz, like, what? Why do you have so much time to be on Twitter?
He loves getting owned.
He wrote, let's try simpler, Mark, tough guy. Can you say free Hong Kong? Can your players put that on their jerseys? Can you condemn CCP's concentration camps? Can you say anything other than Chairman Mao is beautiful and wise?
What?
He's a troll.
He's such a fucking such fucking dumbass hypocrites too. Every Republican is American first until a predominantly black sports league is like, hey, okay, yeah, obviously they were. Listen, no one's saying they weren't. They didn't have they didn't put their money ahead of, traditional, whatever, like in Hong Kong, like freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Yeah, they were fucking wrong about that. But guess what? They're black men in America in the middle of a crisis and in the middle of a movement. And that doesn't, them being wrong about a foreign policy issue and maybe, worried about their money or whatever, whatever argument you want to make, does not mean that you can shut them up about what's going on at home. And especially if you're some fucking Republican who's always talking about America and where, America first, all this shit. It's like, yeah, they're trying to put their country first and the issues that affect them and their fucking kids and their family.
Right. I mean, that's, and you're right. Protesting something that's going on their home turf and something that they've dealt with, throughout their lives. I mean, these are athletes with a voice who I think feel will be irresponsible not to speak out on behalf of their communities. So to try to silence, this is a form of like trying to deflect and be like, look, you should 100%. Be doing this. And it's gaslighting. And
by the way, if you're so worried about a government cracking down on protesters too hard, how about go to fucking Portland where unmarked fucking Trump militias are throwing motherfuckers in minivans? You stupid piece of shit, Ted Cruz, suck my fucking nuts. God damn. Thank God. I'm glad Mark Cuban owned him though.
Well, he still hasn't replied. I'm sure he will. Or who knows? Maybe he's just like, I'm good.
He got him. He got him.
But there's Cruz is like it's amazing that Cruz tweets like someone with like 4 followers where they're just like nothing yet. And you're like, I have a fucking life. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Shouldn't you be trying to get your state's fucking coronavirus numbers under control?
I mean, dude, that's what's incredible to me is these people that have been completely incompetent like him and DeSantis and they're these loud fucking bridge trolls.
Yeah, because they need it, dude. They need to. And the NBA is such a perfect target for racists. Let's fucking be honest. I mean, it's perfect.
Right. It's because these people that want these players to shut up and dribble.
Exactly.
That's really the underlying tone of what these tweets are.
Yeah. It's a league full of socially conscious black millionaires. It's perfect optics for their stupid fucking base.
You're right. You're right. And look, dude, you can't deny that the NFL, whether you whatever side of the aisle you're on, you can't deny that Kaepernick was straight up blackballed.
100%. 100%. But
so if the NBA wants to stand for something different, then that's your choice. Watch football. If you don't, if you're not down with the fucking, like,
right,
you don't have to
yeah.
like their views, but these are their views, and this is America where they're allowed to talk about their views and protest.
Yeah.
So if you're not down with that, either ignore it and watch, or just pick another fucking sport.
Yeah. Go work on the fucking second stimulus package for second relief package for Corona, you fucking piece of shit, Ted Cruz. Anyway, yes, good on Mark Cuban for at least, standing with his players and all that stuff. It's more than Tillman Fertitta's fucking sucking off Trump ass would have done. All right, what else? We got anything here to fucking wrap up?
T-Mac and Jermaine O'Neal have started their own agency.
I did see that. I didn't read too much about it. I just saw the headline. I saw Mark Stein had something about it. I haven't read the piece yet.
Yeah, I guess the plan is for McGrady to be co-owner and advisor, and he'll likely leave his broadcasting role with ESPN, which is a bummer. I love him on the jump.
He's great. Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
As for Jermaine O'Neal, he intends on being a partner and taking the NBA Business Players Association test in January to become a registered agent. This is it's kind of cool because you look at guys like, I believe BJ Armstrong reps Derrick Rose.
was Derrick Rose's agent. I don't think he is anymore.
Oh, okay. But it's cool these ex-players are trying to get into the business side because, look, I mean, Jermaine O'Neal and T-Mac are two guys that came to the NBA out of high school. They both played for a lot of teams. They both were all-stars and then kind of had later careers as role players. And that's kind of cool. It's like they know every side of the business, I think. They could be potentially good at this.
Yeah, for sure. And I didn't see much. I didn't, like I said, I did not read the whole piece. But, yeah, they you would want mentors like that. You'd want people like that who understand the business and who have been through basically every side of it. I don't know if they've ever coached, but they certainly understand, they know what it's like to go, and they know from their own mistakes. But I mean, also sometimes I do think I don't want to say they're going to be bad at it, but I could see the other side of it is like sometimes star athletes, because these guys were stars, especially T-Mac. Jermaine O'Neal was too, although his career was interesting in that he kind of got buried in Portland when he was first there, and he had to reprove himself almost at every stop he was at.
Even that Portland team had so much depth at big man.
So much depth.
Zach Randolph on that team too.
Yeah,
crazy.
And he obviously proved himself in Indiana, and then later he was
20 and 10, dude. He was
in Indiana he was fucking unbelievable. One of my favorite players back then. But yeah, I mean, but I also think like we don't know what these guys have been up to since their playing days were over. They seem to have done well for themselves. T-Mac, like we said, is good at broadcasting. So yeah, it's great. I mean, I obviously I wish those guys luck, and I hope that would be cool. And they definitely have a leg up on like if you're a kid. Although you have to think like these kids that are getting in the league now were born in like 2000 fucking 10. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that crazy to think about? Like, it's like they're literally, I mean, not 2010, but 2005. You know what I'm saying?
Do they know how nasty T-Mac was? Is the question, because they might be too young. It's a great question.
Yeah,
I mean,
by the time
born in 2000, do you know how good Tracy McGrady was at basketball?
Yeah, if you were born in 2000, you're probably already in the fucking league. You're 18. You're fucking 20.
True. That's true. All right. If you're born 2003,
it's crazy to think about that shit.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, T-Mac was a fucking monster. I mean, he really was so good. Yeah. And Jermaine O'Neal was a beast of a big man. I hated him. I hated those Pacers.
Yeah. The last thing to talk about is very minor here is Drake has been sending candles to all the Raptors. They've all been Drake is sending them little candles. They have 2 candles, so they can light those up and think of Drake as they're relaxing.
Jimmy Butler's gonna be dribbling like, what the fuck is that campfire smell?
Yeah.
Is that lavender?
Yeah. Who the fuck put lilac in the hallway? It is interesting to buy your friend who is going to be in. Your friend is going to be in a hotel room for months by himself. Buy him a candle. There's a chance he's beating off and smelling that scent and thinking about you. So
That's true.
There is that possibility.
Good point.
But I don't know if that's bad necessarily. Maybe that's the next level of being bros. Yeah, you But so shouts out to the Raptors for getting personalized candles from Drake. But anyway, guys, like we were talking about, the NBA is coming back. No positive tests. That's huge. Obviously, that's at the expense of keeping people out of the bubble, but they seem to be doing it the right way. And hopefully when everyone gets in, by the time the second round of the playoffs, comes, we have some actual like high quality basketball, as high quality as it can be, given everything else that's going to be weird about it. No home court, no fans, all this other stuff. So scrimmages start this Wednesday. Orlando at the Clippers, the Wizards at the Nuggets, Pels at the Nets, Sacramento and Miami. It's hilarious. It's all the teams we said have depth problems. They're the ones playing the first. They're the ones playing the first scrimmage.
How much do you think Jamal Crawford drops in a game? Yeah, would you take that he dropped 30 in a game?
Yeah, fuck it. I think he'll drop 31 games.
I think he will. I'm hoping he drops 30 in a game. I believe it.
That'd be great. Hopefully there's somewhere we can bet on that. I would love to.
I got him right behind me.
That's a hilarious backdrop you got there. For those listening audio only, Sam has a picture where Stephon Marbury, Jamal Crawford, and Penny Hardaway are all playing for the New York Knicks.
Hell yeah.
Penny is looking rough, brother. Penny looks a lot closer to Coach Penny at Memphis than he does.
Dude, I know.
Dude,
but Penny in his prime in Orlando. Who do you think has a bigger career if they don't get injured, Penny or Grant Hill?
That's fucking.
That's tough, right?
That's a really tough.
Because Grant Hill was a fucking murderer.
That's a really tough one, man. Because it's like, you want to say Penny just because he already sort of he was on that trajectory. He already been to the finals, all that stuff. But Grant Hill too was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Penny just because I kind of liked him a little more personally, but that's pure heart.
Tough.
And he didn't go to fucking Duke, and I have a real anti-Duke bias. But although it's fucked up because when Duke started cheating, they started getting cool players. You know what I mean? Like before that, they had all these they had like nerds or just
who are you referring to? Bobby Hurley? Who are you hating on?
Yeah. Bobby Hurley. Even Grant Hill, like it's sort of like he wasn't like
clean
cut, exactly. And then they start paying people. They get Kyrie, they get Zion, but
RJ.
Anyway. Yeah, of course, RJ. Sorry, how could I forget? Anyway, I think that's gonna do it for us, folks. Thank you for listening to Pod Don't Lie. We will be back with a bonus episode on Friday, hopefully recapping some of these scrimmages. Hopefully we've watched a couple of them by then.
Rate and review us too, man. And
please show us some ratings and reviews.
Look out for the Patreon later in the week.
Yes, sir. So thank you guys, and we will talk to you soon. Peace.